So like, hey, have you already seen how shitty it looks? Yes. Thank you, Numbers, I know. And then I think about, going home, getting something to eat, and the mood is not the best. Then I remember, hey, we're also gonna stream later. And surprisingly enough, I wasn't really expecting that, but at least not in the beginning, but I do really find myself looking forward to this. It's like, hey, that's gonna be fun. Never thought I'd actually reach the point, but I did. At this point in time, this is actually something I very much look forward to. I enjoy doing it. And there's some really cool things. I mean, I can play games, I can ramble, that's also awesome enough, I guess, already. Because, it's two things I like, gaming and rambling. But, of course, there's also, cool people around that you sometimes show up and that you can talk to, and there's, well, just generally it's, I guess, a very good feeling to see the little channel, because I still very much remember when this channel had, like, one follower. And now it's by, like, I don't know, it's 70 something, I think? And as I said, it's not like I'm here to, make this my main goal, just having Nevermore growing, but it is just feeling rather satisfying to see it grow. I will tell you that much. Very satisfying. Which is also a good point to mention that I'm very much grateful for all the nice people who have done follow and the subscribe thingy. That's very nice of them. I still kinda am on the of the opinion, because I really don't like the people that are begging for it, basically, in a matter of speaking. I don't think I will ever do that particular, but well, if somebody, after watching this decides to do it, I do appreciate it. It does give me a nice and fluffy feeling, so, I do like to feel nice and fluffy inside. So, wink wink, heavy application, do it again. I'm just kidding you. As I said, if somebody decides to do so, that's very great. But I don't wanna make it into a thing, basically. Yeah. I think that kind of brings the point over rather well. And I find it sometimes really hard to bring the concept that I have in my head over into words that I find satisfying. See, I do think that most people understand where I'm coming from. I also do think that it's still not really reflecting what my true intentions to well. It's a bit difficult. Usually I would give a spiel like this with a bit, with a lot of gesturing and the mimic and all of it to give you a bit better of an impression of where I want to go. Which of course is rather hard doing that on the stream. I mean, I could try to make my character look like what I want to look, but try to find the right look. You'll find that rather difficult. Oh well, where do we need to go? The most we need is actually the green ones. And we need 1,600 green ones. So that means like 1,000 more. They do drop nice items. Those are actually very useful items. And what as I said, this is what grinding looks like in the sky. It's actually a reasonable game when it comes to grind. You don't really need to grind, but I usually do it for having the option, because if I have all the quartz that are available to me in, like, 4 times amount wise, then I can actually potentially equip every one of my at most 4-party team with all of the quartz I want. It's quite a bit, especially the higher ones like HP 3 and Evade 3 and all of the nonsense. Having those just sitting around, waiting basically to be equipped whenever you feel the need to change things around is amazing. Actually, now that we're talking about the... or that I started rambling about the Chenilwaru in more detail, I actually, apart from getting, a nice sense of satisfaction from it, of course, which is already quite good, because, that's actually all I ever had wanted from a nice hobby like this, to get some good old-fashioned satisfaction. I also, of course, and I know that is a statement that even surprises me, actually got some money out of it. I mean, to be fair, I also invested money, because, I bought myself, oh, well, I had to buy myself a microphone, because the one I originally planned to use, which also, mind you, had to pay for, it turned out to not be working. Then again, it was used, so no guarantee was given. Pretty nice team for the other side, I'd say. Well, there's that, but that is actually something I was absolutely not expecting, honestly. Not even in my wildest dreams. Because, you know, to put it in Crusader Kings 2 terms, I was not born into the purple. In more common terminology, I was not born with a bloody fucking golden spoon dangling from my mouth. I do know that it is the value of money, let's just say. And since, you know, I'm kind of sitting and just having my fun time, I was actually not expecting anyone to even, you know, consider the option. I did had a long debate about the Tech Boy when I originally set it up, and honestly, the main reason why I agreed to set it up originally was because I was actually not thinking it could be anything that I need to think about for the longest time, basically. But as it came to that, I also, you know, I do feel the need to make a somewhat consistent statement from my view. I kinda did say so before that I do not plan to really encourage it, I guess. Which, you know, is precisely what I mean. But that does kinda make it sound a bit ungrateful, and I don't really like that. The point is this, I'm, especially since I do know how much blood, sweat, and tears it can take to earn your dollaries, and, you know, if you're willing to give me some of them, I'm actually very, very grateful. It's a pretty damn touching moment, honestly, and actually hard to describe, I'd say. It feels like you already reward yourself with doing something you enjoy, and then you get even more reward out of it, basically. So, you know, in the long run, I do kind of want to offer some sort of reward that I can give back to the people, you know, apart from my splendid voice acting. Do excuse me, I couldn't help myself with that joke. You know, like special roles on the Discords and access to some basically behind the scenes stuff and some more not necessarily decision making power, but more decision involvement, basically, so that I can, you know, actually give the people something for this stuff. Also, of course, I'm not, you know, gonna bind that to any sort of amount thing or something, because I find that stupid. It shouldn't really matter. If you know, you work hard and you have, you know, like one little money thingy in your pocket that just burns in your pocket that you really want to spend it, and you give it to me, well, then you should get the same basic treatment as somebody who, you know, also works hard and just earns a lot more money and just then capable of giving more. One's willing to do so, of course. Yeah, there's that. You know, I do consider that to do that, but since I have quite literally zero experience in how to set that up properly, I'm still kind of figuring out how to do this, because how to make sure that actually, you know, the people that deserve get what they deserve, and not some bloody imposters that are just trying to profit, basically. Yeah, it's for example one thing. But I do know many people are not that bloody scummy. Yeah, there are others. There are always others that are quite scummy, sadly. I kinda wanna avoid that. Yeah, really surprising, honestly. And the first time I got some money, I was like, huh, I'd completely forgotten that actually this is an option. It was making me somewhat yeah, to get the point back, I personally, because before I started this, you know, I always have to watch how to do things and learn from those people with more experience. It's a very good way to doing it. I did watch some, well, pretty random assortment actually of other streamers, some, you know, smaller, medium, and big-sized ones, to get some, you know, idea of how usually people set things up. It was the wrong spell. It was a rather interesting learning experience, to put it fair. What I kinda disagree with is the whole concept of begging is a strong word, but encouraging overly much certain behaviors from your audience. Let's say it like this here. Sounds a bit nicer, not nearly as being like, well, it's half a scum you're trying to pull off there. Basically people that are like, the situation is so fucking bad, couldn't you maybe, you know, potentially find it in your heart to help, if you could. I don't really like that. Life is a bitch. That is putting it fucking mildly. Believe you me, I know it. I'm going to be out of a job well, at the end of the year, things go as planned, and I'm not sitting here bitching and moaning about that now, do I? No, I mean, technically speaking, I am sitting here bitching and moaning about it. Sorry for that. But yeah. Still, I don't really see how that is, anyone else's problem than my own. And my own to take care of, so, depending then on the niceness of other people to give me money would be... Yeah, no, at the end of the day I would still find that rather scummy, because I do have the option to find other things to do. I can get another job, I can start things again, and even then I do live in a country that does have a, social care system, so at least I'm not going to starve immediately, even if I don't find a job immediately. See where I'm going with this? Maybe it's just a thing of principle, maybe that is just part of how I... shit, I'm out of mana. How I personally perceive principle, but... actually, wait a second. Since he's out of EP, we can just use this attack. Kill them all. But yeah. The same actually with the overabundance of please like and subscribe and follow and whatnot. Yes, I get it. I actually understand that. That is net positive. Well, for me personally it's a net positive because I feel good about it. So yeah, just because I'm feeling good about it, that's something I would say is a good thing. And of course, if you're making your living off of well, being basically an entertainer on the YouTube or the Twitch thing, and I guess yes, that is quite literally part of your work performance that needs to stay to keep at a certain level to keep you basically afloat. I get it. I really don't like it though. I don't know. Maybe I have a bit of a contrarian in myself somewhere inside, because whenever I hear that, I feel the absolute need to, not follow through. Maybe just a personal thing, I don't know. And as I said, kind of the same with, the whole donation thing. Yes, it's cool that it's an option, and honestly, I'm very grateful for the people that actually have donated to me. I mean, people are always like, you speak about it as if you had made hundreds of dollars of that. I didn't. I don't think I will. But the amount is not really the crux of the matter, basically. It's really not so much a question of how much, as it is a question of if people do in good conscience, then I should of course act in good conscience too. As such, I have made no secret of what I'm doing. I actually started at a ledger, with all of the information going like, yes, here you can see all of the donations that I've been getting into and all of the, well, basically all of months that PayPal then takes away, and it's like, this is for us now. And then you can see the actual amount in a nice little comprehensive list. And of course I haven't touched this money. Because as I said, this money is, it's coming to this channel and it will stay with this channel. I mean, to be completely fair and honest with you, if I had not eaten anything for like a week and this was all the money I could have, access to in order to feed myself, I would probably use it for, not starving. But I would make note of the amount and then basically restore it once I'm able to use my other normal monies again, basically. Where it would be the idea. Anything else would be scummy as fuck. And I don't like that. At all. Really hard to describe, actually. Because whenever I'm like, oh, you don't need to feel like you have to in any way, shape or form. It makes me feel like I'm ungrateful. Difficult, as I said. Language is sometimes difficult. It sometimes fails you. I mean, at the end of the day, actions do speak louder than words. This does not restore my EP. That sucks. Oh well, guess I need to actually take a rest then. Yeah. It's actually an interesting thing, because I never actually considered that I would actually end up in a situation where I would have to think about that, but I do. And that also means that I would very much like to make sure that people understand the basic concept behind my actions. Makes it a lot easier to judge. It's a pretty cool thing, this whole streaming thing, honestly. never really thought I'd be much interested in it until I tried it. It's a nice sign of yet you really never know what's actually going to be your personal next big thing, isn't it? I don't even know how long am I doing this at this point. I guess I could look when I created the channel somewhere. Maybe that's written somewhere on the Twitch or on the YouTube thing. I probably could look it up somewhere, but not that long, I think. How long is it actually? Is it a year? I think it is a year. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was a bit over a year now. Which, you know, realistically speaking, is nothing time-wise, honestly. Maybe that's also part of getting when I got older, but time seems to really flow fast. To give a nice example of, today is Friday, and basically in my head it feels like I just started the week like yesterday and it's already Friday again. I'm like, shit, running out of time to do shit. I really run out of time. But yeah, so maybe because of that, you know, the year isn't really something that in my mind is all that long any longer. It feels relatively short actually, all things considered. That was a nice round of rambling. Also, yeah, it's actually nice to get it off the chest. Yeah. The essential part of it is that if you do want to feel the need, you know, that drunken stuff, you're like, yes, I want to throw a whole shiny money piece at this particular nonsense. Do feel free. I appreciate it, of course, and I'm very grateful for it, mind you. Because it feels like the real cool extra reward on top of everything else that I'm getting out of it. So getting happiness and money, and well, it's a pretty damn sweet deal, anyway I look at it. But don't ever, if you reach the point where you're like, I feel like I need to give him something, don't. That's not the point. Also, of course, you know, if things go wrong, that's also a very important point. Things can go wrong easily. Let's say you want to give me like, let me give you a scenario. So you're now having a nice evening, you're a bit tipsy, having just started on your third drink of the night, feeling quite good about yourself. You stumble upon, well, me doing my usual thing, which is streaming, and going like, yes, I'm gonna watch this now for a while. And for some mystical reason, you're like, yeah, guy said something funny, now I kind of want to give him money. And so you're like, okay, I want to give him $1. Of course, you know, drunk and stupid and being happy and peppy, you make ease in doing the button clicks, do a little bit of a misclick. And suddenly you donate like, you know, $100 instead of $1. I mean, you know, potentially can happen. Of course it can happen, mistakes can be made. Heck, I mean, imagine a sort of situation where you like pick it, you manage to put it in even higher amount and you basically give away your month's rent by accident. If that were to ever happen, at least in my case I can tell you this with absolute confidence. Do let me know, I will give you your money back. I don't really want to put somebody out of their fucking house or not being able to pay for their fucking mortgage or something for a stupid mistake. No matter the amount of money, I'm not that much of a scum here. So I mean, I guess I'm not a fucking saint, I will tell you that much. And we all have our price, yes, sure, certainly we have. I will not even deny that. I have my price like everybody else, yes. But that's a pretty damn high amount that you would need to pay me to be, or that you need to give in my way to make me, you know, break the golden rules of normal living.